In this video, we'll talk about the do's and don'ts of success in yoga practice, and also to lead a healthier and happier life in general. In the first chapter of the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is a classical text on Hatha Yoga attributed to Swami Svatmarama, there is a discussion on the do's and don'ts, as well as the principles for success in yoga practice. The Sadhak Tattvas, or do's for the practitioner, and BADHAK Tattvas, or the don'ts or obstacles, are outlined to guide practitioners in their yogic journey. The Sadhak Tattvas include qualities and habits that aid in successful yoga practice, emphasizing attributes like enthusiasm, courage, patience, knowledge of principles, firm resolution, and the renunciation of worldly associations. On the other hand, the BADHAK Tattvas, or obstacles, highlight factors that can hinder progress in yoga. These may include excessive talking, association with people who do not support the yogic path, instability of mind, and other distractions. The purpose of outlining these principles and obstacles is to guide practitioners on the path of yoga, helping them cultivate the right mindset and habits for a fruitful practice while avoiding potential pitfalls. It underscores the holistic approach of yoga, not just focusing on the physical postures, but also on mental, emotional, and lifestyle aspects that contribute to a balanced and harmonious life. Now let's discuss them in detail, starting with the BADHAK Tattvas. In the practice of yoga, there are certain drawbacks or negative habits during the discipline that hinder a practitioner's progress on the path of yoga. These drawbacks or negative habits are referred to as BADHAK Tattva, meaning obstructive elements. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Swami Svatmarama lists 6 obstructive elements. First is excessive eating, meaning consuming more food than necessary, creates obstacles on the path of yoga. Swami Svatmarama considers excessive eating as the primary obstructive element. Overeating means eating more food than your body needs, which can lead to gaining weight and sometimes even obesity. It's like eating too much compared to how much energy your body uses. Overeating can be considered a problem with eating habits and is sometimes seen as an eating disorder. It can also happen on specific occasions, like during festivals or holidays. An eating disorder is when someone has unusual and unhealthy eating habits that can harm their physical and mental health. Eating disorders include different conditions. One is binge eating disorder, where people eat a large amount of food in a short time. Another is anorexia nervosa, where people eat very little and have a low body weight. There's also bulimia nervosa, where people eat a lot and then try to get rid of the food. Pica is when people eat non-food items, while rumination disorder involves regurgitating food. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder is when people have little interest in eating. Overeating disrupts the individual's digestive system, leading to issues such as indigestion and obesity. Additionally, it induces lethargy and fosters attachment to food, hindering one's progress in yogic practices. When you eat too much, your body feels slow and your mind becomes less alert. Over time, harmful substances build up in your body, blocking both your physical and mental systems. As a result, any spiritual practices you do may not contribute to spiritual progress. Instead, they mainly work on cleansing your body, using your time and effort to remove toxins and prevent diseases. Therefore, overeating is a factor that hinders progress on the yoga path. Both yogis and ordinary individuals should avoid excessive eating, as it is beneficial for everyone's well-being. Next, overexertion or excessive effort creates obstacles on the path of yoga. Excessive effort refers to engaging in strenuous physical labor or exertion. When there is an excess of physical exertion, the body's energy is expended in greater amounts. If the body's energy is overly expended in other activities, the practitioner may experience lethargy during yoga practice. Working hard uses up a lot of energy. In order to recover the lost energy, the body has to compensate, which can result in poor concentration, affecting the practice of yoga. This hinders the yogi from engaging in yogic disciplines with full energy. Therefore, a yogi should avoid unnecessary physical exertion to ensure optimal energy for yoga practice. Third is excessive talking. Excessive talking, known as prajalpa, is also an obstructive element on the path of yoga. Individuals who engage in constant idle chatter find it challenging to keep their minds steady. Moreover, excessive talking leads to an unnecessary expenditure of the body's energy. The energy that a practitioner needs for yogic practices is wasted in excessive speech. Engaging in gossip and casual conversations with others keeps the mind active, taking away vital energy and valuable time that could be better spent on spiritual practice. Additionally, constant talking diminishes the significance or usefulness of one's words. Therefore, a yogi should refrain from unnecessary chatter to preserve the energy required for yoga practice and maintain the value of their words. Next is overly adhering to rules. It means stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action for a general rule intended to regulate behavior or thought. The principles or guidelines followed to achieve a specific goal are called rules. It is through adherence to these essential guidelines that we attain our particular objectives. However, some individuals become excessively rigid in following these rules. They start believing that only adherence to a particular rule is necessary, disregarding others. This leads to an undue emphasis on a single rule, a kind of obstinacy that can be termed as niyamagraha. It is similar to how a child insists on having a particular toy, causing a disturbance and becoming upset if it is not obtained. One doesn't have to strictly follow social rituals and religious doctrines for spiritual progress. Instead, it's crucial to follow the guru's instructions. The effectiveness of spiritual practice is not tied to social morals or religious rituals. Being too strict with rules can make a person narrow-minded. Yoga aims to broaden consciousness, so it's important to have a flexible mind and adapt to different circumstances. Therefore, a yogi should avoid this type of obstinacy, meaning an excessive attachment to a specific rule, and maintain a balanced approach to following guidelines. Fifth is excessive mingling with people. Association with too many individuals, referred to as jansang, also hinders success on the path of yoga. It is considered an obstacle in the yogic journey. Being around people with low morals, base consciousness, and sensual desires can negatively affect the individual. Their negative vibes and distractions can divert the mind from spiritual practice. We know that deep down, there are desires, ambitions, and wishes. Associating with such people can lead to getting involved in fulfilling these desires, causing a loss of the detached attitude and time for spiritual practices. Therefore, a yogi should practice detachment from excessive social interactions. Yogi practitioners who remain in constant contact with many people find it challenging to progress on the yogic path because every individual has a different nature. Some have a sattvic disposition, while others have rajasic and tamasic tendencies. Associating with individuals of sattvic nature doesn't pose any harm, but contact with those of rajasic and tamasic nature can create obstacles in spiritual practices. Hence, a yogi should avoid excessive interaction with people to attain success on the yogic path. To know the meaning of sattva, rajas, and tamas, you can check out my 3 gunas video on my YouTube channel. Last is restlessness, excessive wavering of the mind. It also means the desire for everything. When you can't stay in one position for a long time and your mind and willpower keep changing, it's a sign of imbalance. This imbalance in the body, mind, and emotions scatters your energy, leading to an inconsistent and irregular lifestyle, causing more imbalance. The restless tendencies of the mind are therefore considered an impediment in yoga. When a person's mind is restless, they cannot focus on any task, and the absence of concentration leads to unsuccessful endeavors. The key difference between success and failure in any task lies in the presence or absence of concentration. If the mind is focused during a task, the work is bound to be successful. Conversely, if there is a lack of concentration or restlessness in the mind, the individual will struggle to achieve success. The fickleness of the mind is a significant obstacle on the path of yoga. Therefore, eliminating the restlessness of the mind is crucial for the attainment of success in yoga. These elements are considered impediments that can cause harm to the practitioner's advancement on the yoga path. Now let's discuss the Sadhak Tattvas. In the practice of yoga, there are certain qualities or good habits during the preparatory phase that assist the practitioner in advancing on the path of yoga. These qualities or good habits are referred to as Sadhak Tattvas, meaning the principles that facilitate progress on the path of yoga. The 6 principles mentioned are as follows. First is enthusiasm. Swami Swatmarama considers enthusiasm as the foremost Sadhak Tattva. To do well in yoga, you need to be excited and have a positive attitude. Keeping yourself inspired and aiming for perfection gives you energy and helps you stick to your practice regularly. Enthusiasm, meaning determination or courage, is crucial because it is the driving force that enables adherence to all other practices. Without enthusiasm, one cannot attain their goals. Second is courage. Courage is identified as the second Sadhak Tattva. Without courage, no great accomplishment has ever been achieved. Courage is born from enthusiasm, and practicing with courage enhances confidence. The human brain tends to focus more on negative experiences as a way to avoid danger, which can affect our happiness, increase stress, and harm our health. Despite these natural tendencies, humans have the ability to overcome instinctual fears and calm themselves. It requires courage and strength to make positive changes, regardless of their size. Regardless of external circumstances, regular spiritual practice is crucial. Whether facing material losses or gaining possessions, experiencing visible progress in sadhana or not, one should continue efforts. This is where meditation becomes important. It teaches us how to calm ourselves on every level. Once we've done that, we can connect with the spiritual aspect. Through meditation, we realize that we are surrounded by love and that, despite life's complexities, there's a force of compassion and wisdom embracing us. Third is patience. Patience means having the ability to endure or not be restless. Patience is necessary not only in a yoga practice, but at every turn in life. Without patience, one cannot achieve their goals in life. Next is knowledge of principles. Tattva jnana refers to having accurate knowledge of any object or substance. Knowledge of scriptures backed by self-practice helps in correct understanding. Without genuine knowledge or true understanding of a thing, one cannot comprehend its essence. Therefore, knowledge of principles is essential for success in any path. Fifth is firm resolution. Drita nischay means having a strong determination or commitment to performing any action. When one is committed to a single resolution or intention, it is called firm resolution. Having firm resolve is crucial for success in any endeavor. Last is renunciation of worldly association. Jansang, meaning association with numerous individuals, is considered an obstacle on the path of yoga. It's advisable to avoid social interactions and negative influences until you've built up physical, mental, emotional, and psychic strength. Therefore, a yogi should renounce worldly associations, meaning avoid unnecessary social interactions. A yogi who remains in contact with too many people cannot progress on the yoga path because everyone has different natures. While some individuals have a sattvic disposition, others have rajasic and tamasic tendencies. Contact with sattvic individuals is not harmful, but an association with rajasic and tamasic people creates obstacles in practice. Hence, a yogi should avoid excessive social contact to succeed on the path of yoga. To sum up, these were the do's and don'ts according to Hatha Yoga, which encourages practitioners to stay committed to their spiritual path despite external challenges. That's all for this video. Hope you found the video interesting and meaningful. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video so that we can spread this information to the maximum people. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay sattvic.